Jean-Charles Leonard Sismondi de Sismondi was a Swiss historian and economist who was a critic of capitalism and warned against the perils of unchecked industrialization. He is credited with being the first to develop the theory of equilibrium aggregate income and the first to produce an algebraic growth model. He believed in equal protection and equal opportunity, but not equal conditions, and said, "I am a liberal, better yet, a Republican, but never a Democrat." He hated slavery, opposed imperialism, and denounced governments for their gigantic projects and pointless wars. He was born in Geneva, Switzerland in 1773. After completing school at the age of 16, he had no formal higher education. He became a clerk in the Bank of Lyon, France, from where he saw the French Revolution unfold before him. Because of the effects of the revolution, his family moved to Tuscany in 1794, where they became farmers. It is here where his observations and experiences led him to writing A Picture of Tuscan Agriculture in 1801. Sismondi was at first a big enthusiast of Adam Smith and defended his liberal policy recommendations, popularizing laissez-faire economics in France, but this changed over time as the social effects of industrial revolution in England became apparent. In his 1819 writing, The New Principles of Political Economy, he stated very clearly that political economics of the time studied how to increase wealth too much and how to use wealth to produce happiness too little. He was one of the first to see economics as a study of man in relation to wealth and not the study of wealth as such. He used the historical method of analysis to study political economics and disapproved the abstract generalizations of Ricardo and Say. In the history of economics, he is probably most well known for his theory regarding the crisis of under or overconsumption. Sismondi was critical of the accepted classical economic theory that established an automatic balance between production and demand, where at the time they considered overproduction as an indication of overall prosperity. He thought it unrealistic and a great evil caused by maladjustment. He said overproduction was when annual production was more than annual revenue, and that the maladjustment was caused by both the competition within the economy and the fact that capital and not demand determined the production. He laid the basis of macroeconomics because he understood that the economy should be viewed as a whole, a process happening over time, and not as a collection of individual market phenomena. The question of the balance of consumption and production was for Sismondi the fundamental question in political economy. Sismondi did not only think about overproduction and some other economic concepts he explored in his unique way was, for example, the issue of class. He was the first to make a formal distinction between social classes, coining the phrase proletariat, or the working class. He also spoke extensively about taxation, saying very basically that the rich should be taxed against their income, the poor should be exempt from taxes, and the people should be the ones that benefit from taxes. Although he was an admirer of Malthus, he did not agree with his ideas on population and stated that never has population attained the limit of all possible subsistence, and probably it never will. On the role of the government, and in contrast with laissez-faire, he advocated greater state control. Society, said he, needs more than wealth. It is not in the least complete if it merely consists of proprietors and productive workers. Society needs administrators who will direct the social efforts towards a common purpose. It needs legislators who will determine the respective rights of its members, and it needs judges who are worthy of respect and advocates who are able to defend it. Although Sismondi was often overlooked by the economists of his time, he is regarded today as a source of two great movements of economic thought. He is placed with Ricardo because of his development of scientific socialism, and beside Liszt for his contributions to the socialism of the chair. In conclusion, Sismondi's economic and social reforms are all based upon moral and charitable conceptions of the organization of human labor and his desire to